Next category is going to be region. Alrighty, so next is the region category, and you guys are going to want to pay attention to this one because I promise you this is really going to help, and I don't see many tutorials on this, so let's get right into it. So for the first one, you're going to go ahead and click select. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and take your mouse and you want to drag it just like so. And you'll notice that a blue square comes up. Now there are these little circles, there's about 6 of them, and you can drag these to change how big or how small that the actual box is. Now what the box actually does is it selects all of the terrain that is inside of that particular box. So if part of your terrain is not inside of that box, that part of the terrain will not be messed with. Now if you have like actual buildings on the terrain, don't worry, it will not select those buildings, so you don't have to worry about that. Now before I get into the rest of the 7 sections, I do want to say for every single section in the regions category, you're going to want to make sure that you have your select button on and that that box is inside some type of piece of land, because the rest of these have to go with that box that you have already created with your select button. If that doesn't make sense, it'll make sense when I'm talking about the other ones, so don't think too hard on it right now. Now the next section will be the move section. Now what this section does is it's basically going to move a piece of terrain that's already settled down. So let's say for example that you have a mountain and you want to move this mountain to a whole different area. What you would want to do is again take your select and you want to put your entire mountain inside of this blue box, and then what you want to do is you want to press the move button, and you'll notice that when you press the move button that your box will turn white and it'll have arrows. Now what you can do is you can actually take those different arrows and you can move them around, and then when you move them around you'll notice that the box will move with the terrain. So wherever the box goes, your terrain that was selected inside of that box will move with it, just like I'm showing you on the screen right here. It is so cool, it is so useful. Let me tell you, I've used this so many times. I'm gonna show you guys like a little combo that I usually do when I get super lazy later on when I explain the other sections, but that's basically what the move one is. So for the next section is going to be resize. Now again, just like I said for the first one, it is going to apply to every single section inside of the region. You want to make sure that you have whatever terrain you're messing with inside of that blue box. And for resize, basically what this does is it's going to resize your terrain. Now this one, when I figured this out, it absolutely blew my mind. So as you see, I have my mountain selected and inside of the box. So when you click the resize tool, there will be a white box now, and it's going to have 6 white balls. They're like they're circles, okay? Now you're gonna click your circles, and when you click your circles and move them, you'll notice that your piece of terrain is going to like shift and move. It's going to get bigger or smaller depending on however you move your circles. Mine is going to get bigger because I'm making it bigger. Now as you see, my mountain looks a little bit dysfunction. It's spread out, it's like a lot bigger. It's kind of like a person eating a lot and just getting like 10 times bigger than it was before, except you're scaling it. Now with this one, it's okay if it looks a little dysfunctional. All you do is just have to go back into your edit mode and you can smooth it out. I'll show you guys that later inside of the tutorial. But that's basically what the resize does. And since we're talking about this right now, I'm going to go ahead and move to the second section, which is going to be rotation. Now the same thing with rotation. As soon as you click it, it's going to be a white box and it's going to show the rotation like little symbols. I don't even know what to call these, but it looks like the regular rotation. Now when you rotate it, it's going to be super duper limited, which I hate it, but that's the way it is with the region category. Whenever you're messing with terrain, you're able to actually rotate whatever is inside of that white box. It's only going to go like 4 different ways depending on which circle you choose. It's really retarded, but I promise you in the future it might help you a little bit. So for these next 3, which is going to be copy, paste, and delete, these 3 are basically the same thing in which you use in the regular Roblox Studio with building. Now first you're going to select something. Right now I'm selecting my mountain, and I want to go ahead and copy my mountain. Now next, after I copy my mountain, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my select button and I'm going to drag it somewhere else in my map. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press paste. And as you can see from on the screen, my mountain actually pasted somewhere else on the screen, which is absolutely amazing, because if you're lazy like me and you don't want to keep on making mountains, all you do is just have to copy and paste it and just place it somewhere else. This also has to do with your move, because after you paste it, you can move it, rotate it, resize it to however you want. That's basically what the copy and paste are for. And of course, you see the delete sign. That's obviously what you need to delete if you don't want it anymore. Alrighty, and last but not least is going to be the fill button. Now the fill button means that whatever is in your selected part, it is going to fill it up with whatever material that you choose. So the first thing that you want to do obviously is go ahead and click wherever you want your selection to be at. Mine right now is just going to be in midair, and as soon as you click that and you click fill, you're going to see a bunch of material settings pop up. All you're going to want to do is click whatever material setting or material selection that you want. Mine personally is going to be grass, and on the bottom of it you're going to see the word fill. And as soon as you click it, you will notice that in your world, that entire box that was highlighted is now filled up with whatever material that you selected.